The New York Times wrote a hit piece on me. Okay, it wasn't really about me, it was about Elon Musk, but it was about my video.
Mr. Reagan.
It's not just the New York Times. My video has been discussed on just about every major mainstream media outlet in America.
A doctored video which falsely shows VP Kamala Harris making stunning claims. It's making its rounds on social media.
I, Kamala Harris, and your Democrat candidate for president.
The video, which has been digitally altered, appears to show the vice president calling herself the ultimate diversity hire, then saying she doesn't know the first thing about running the country.
Video has been viewed 130 million times and caught the attention of the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, who said manipulating a voice like this should be illegal, and he'll be signing legislation soon to make sure that it is.
The video, which uses professional footage of Harris on the campaign trail and even features the official Harris presidential campaign logo, most notably uses a voice edited to sound exactly like Harris. Only thing is, the video is fake. In it, the voice mimicking Harris states, "You think the country went to expletive over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet."
A manipulated video shared by Elon Musk on his social media platform X. The AI-altered video mimics Vice President Harris's voice using many of the same visuals as a real ad that Harris released last week launching her campaign.
In that video, the voice purporting to be Harris claims to be a, quote, diversity hire, incompetent on many issues.
The misuse of AI and campaign materials can absolutely be dangerous to our democracy.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because I want to pick up where you left off, declaring, yes, it is in fact satire, but saying satire is not really breaking the law. But you think about how of a punch he packs, this almost 200 million followers, by the way. This video already getting 131 million followers so far. I've been kind of tracking it over the last couple of days.
Emmanuel, this is incredible.
The video was originally posted by a user named Mr. Reagan.
It was originally posted, as you talked about, by a YouTube account called Mr. Reagan.
The fake video was first shared by an independent user and YouTuber and was then reshared by entrepreneur and owner of social media site X, Elon Musk, with his 190 plus million followers. His caption, "This is amazing."
Again, 131, Hallie, million views.
Yeah. So, everybody covered this video, but I wanted to read the New York Times article in full here, for one thing, because they were the first one to respond to this, and also I just want to show you how disingenuous these people are and how willing they are to intentionally mislead the public, to viciously lie, just in order to help incompetent Democrats win elections. All right, I'm going to read through this article in one moment. First, of course, I have to sell you something. We live in the most advanced era in human history. There have never been more medical breakthroughs than there are right now. So why are millions of Americans more unhealthy and more overweight than ever before in history? Well, according to U.S. board-certified physician and expert nutritionist Dr. Amy Lee, one of the main reasons is 3 harmful foods that are being passed off as health foods. And wait till you hear this. Because these foods could cause weight gain, clog your digestive tract, deplete your energy, and wreck your skin, they are actually banned in other countries, yet shockingly, they're still legal in the US. And it's time that someone shined a light on what these foods are. Dr. Amy Lee does just that while explaining how the side effects from these foods are wreaking havoc on the health of millions of Americans. The great news is it's easy to stop and reverse this damage by simply learning which foods to avoid and how to spot them. And by doing so, you can experience easier weight loss, smooth digestion, and vibrant energy. To find out about these 3 fake health foods, go to 3harmfulfoods.com/Reagan. That's the number 3, 3harmfulfoods.com/Reagan, or click on the link in the description below. After years of extensive study, Dr. Amy Lee put together a revealing video totally free to the public, so you will never get duped by these foods again. Find out all you need to know to regain control over your body at 3harmfulfoods.com/Reagan, or click the link in the description below. So look, these people know that I did not intend to mislead anyone. They know that Elon Musk did not intend to mislead anyone. They know that the video is self-evidently parody. Their claim that Elon Musk posting this video somehow indicates that he's intentionally meeting the public, this is actually a lie. The left lies, and then they point to free thinkers like myself and Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and they say that we're the liars. It's not only nasty and vicious and corrupt, but it's also disrespectful to the American people. Everyone who reads this article should be outraged that the New York Times is trying to gaslight them. The problem is that this is the New York Times. People who read this article without watching the actual video, they will almost certainly believe it. But this is, I mean, think about this. This is actually sad. The New York Times, just think about that. One of our most trusted sources of accurate, honest journalism historically, and they do this. This newspaper has just come out and lied viciously about Elon Musk, about me, and about this video. They can no longer claim to conduct honest journalism. They have zero integrity. And I know what a lot of you guys are going to say. You're going to say, they've been this way for a long time. And yeah, that is true. But it's a little different when the lies are about you. The New York Times is now just a shadow of its former self. It's grotesque. It is unrecognizable. It has become merely a propaganda megaphone for the left. They're no better than NPR or CNN or MSNBC. It's sad. Elon Musk shares manipulated Harris video in seeming violation of X's policies. The billionaire owner of social media platform X reposted a video that mimics Vice President Kamala Harris's voice without disclosing that it had been altered. This is an article by Ken Bensinger, and this guy texted me, and I was sleeping, so I didn't respond to the text until apparently after this has been posted, although I thought I responded like as soon as I could. So this is what these guys do. They get an article ready to publish, and then they send, do you want to comment on this, to the people involved, but they don't give them enough time to respond. He didn't even like have the decency to try to find my email. He just wrote me a message on X, which I didn't even get because it was in my you don't know this person folder, which I barely check anyway. So I'm lucky I even saw his message. All right, he writes, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, has waded into one of the thorniest issues facing U.S. politics, deep fake videos. This is not a deep fake. Okay, it wasn't a deep fake. It was a parody. Chill, dude. On Friday night, Mr. Musk, the billionaire owner of the social media platform X, reposted an edited campaign video for Vice President Kamala Harris that appears to have been digitally manipulated. It's not digital manipulation if it's a joke, right? It's just, okay, never mind. Digitally manipulated to change the spot's voiceover in a deceptive manner. Okay, so this is the paragraph that pisses me off. This is the paragraph that makes me think the New York Times needs to fire this guy, and they need to fire the editor who allowed this story to be published this way. Manipulated to change the spot's voiceover in a deceptive manner? What the hell are you talking about? If I wanted to deceive you with this AI voiceover, I could have done that. Okay, I could have done it. Lots of people are sinister in this world. Lots of people are willing to do such a thing. All right, I obviously have the capacity to do such a thing, but I am not a sinister person. All right, so I did not do that. What I did was I made a joke. I made a parody video of her original campaign ad. It was funny. Everybody got a kick out of it. That's why it went viral, you idiots. To say that I created this video in a deceptive manner, the spot's voiceover in a deceptive manner, manipulated it to be deceptive, it indicates that I'm deceptive or I'm intentionally trying to deceive people. I wrote parody as the title of the video on both YouTube and X. Okay, I never tried to deceive anyone. Obviously. In fact, I think I could sue them for defamation or slander or libel, I guess it is. I don't know. Which is slander, which is libel? I forget. One's written and one's spoken. I'll have to look that up. All right. The video mimics Miss Harris's voice, but instead of using her words from the original ad, it has the vice president saying that President Biden is senile, that she does not know the first thing about running the country, and that as a woman and a person of color, she is the ultimate diversity hire. How dare this evil man make Kamala Harris say such things? A lot of people pointed out that I basically just made the AI version of Kamala tell the truth.
This ad is true. There's no lies being told.
I mean, that's great, isn't it? That's 10 out of 10. These people only have a problem with it because there is an air of truth to it all.
Do you think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny.
It's fantastic. It should be, I mean, it's eerily accurate.
In addition, the clip was edited to remove images of former President Donald J. Trump and his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio, and to add images of Mr. Biden. Oh my goodness. I took out the images of of Trump and I put in images of Biden? Heavens, what a deceptive thing to do. The original unaltered ad, which the Harris campaign released on Thursday, is titled, "We Choose Freedom." It's ironic, isn't it? It's ironic that they take President Donald Trump and they put him in these sham trials, these rigged trials in which he is convicted of felonies for nonsense that nobody can even tell you what the charge is. They arrest January 6 protesters who just casually walk through the Capitol building, and they put these people in prison. And yet the Kamala Harris campaign's video is titled, "We Choose Freedom." Freedom to Democrats is the freedom to oppress conservatives, right? My video, my viral video, okay, on my channel ended up getting, I think, something like, at some point I looked at it, it was like 300,000 views. I think it's maybe up to like 400,000 at this point. But at the time it had 300,000 views, there was another guy who had posted my video. He had like 1,000 followers. He had no followers. He had reposted my video, and he got 1 million views on that video. He got 1 million views. There's a guy who did a review of my video, and he got like 4 million views, something insane like that. How am I getting 300,000 views and people doing reviews of my video get 4 million views? Because YouTube is suppressing my channel. If you search for my video, it's almost impossible to find. This is a viral video that, like, I think it has been seen 130 million times on X, but you can't find it on YouTube because YouTube has suppressed my channel. So "We Choose Freedom" has to be the most ironic title for a campaign for a Democrat I've ever heard. The version posted on X does not contain a disclaimer, though the account that first uploaded on Friday morning, at Mr. Reagan USA, noted in its post that the video was a parody. So that's deep into the article, right? So they've written that I'm deceptive. They've written all this, absolute bullcrap about, they've described the video, which is essentially unnecessary. But they've suggested that I'm trying to deceive the public, which is not true. But then much later on, they write, the original account who uploaded it Friday morning, at Mr. Reagan USA, noted in its post that the video was parody. Well, I guess we'll give you that information deep into the article here. When Mr. Musk reposted the video on his own account 8 hours later, he made no such disclosures.
The initial post was labeled as a parody, but Musk's repost, which has been viewed well over 100 million times, doesn't clarify the parody label. It doesn't need to. It's just funny.
Stating only, "This is amazing," accurate, followed by a laughing emoji. Mr. Musk's post, which has since been viewed 98 million times, would seem to run afoul of X's policies, which prohibit sharing synthetic, manipulated, or out-of-context media that may deceive or confuse people and lead to harm. It doesn't actually prohibit it. I read through it. It doesn't prohibit it. It just says that if you do post something like that, we may put some kind of a disclaimer on it, or we may delete it from your account or something like that. We could take an action against you, but it doesn't prohibit it specifically. Some observers quickly called out the post. "This is a violation of X's policies on synthetic media and misleading identities." Alex Howard, a digital governance expert and the director of the Digital Democracy Project and at the Demand Progress Education Fund, posted on the site on Saturday. "Are you going to retroactively change them to allow violations in an election year?" So this is all panicking. This is all like hyperventilating over a joke video, which is obviously a joke, which a 3-year-old could figure out this is a joke.
And if you watch it for any length of time, you'll probably realize it's fake.
Now, you could watch this video of Harris and say, within a few seconds, this probably isn't her for real.
Literally, no matter who you vote for, that's objectively a funny video. Okay, it's objectively funny. It absolutely is.
A lot of people pointed out that the Democrats who are complaining about this as something that people won't be able to figure out is parody are either admitting to being morons or admitting that they think Democrat voters are morons, or at least the American people are morons. And none of those admissions are good, right? See, a lot of us, we think people are smart. So, in fact, I have no interest in writing parody on the titles of these videos. The only reason I do that is that they don't get taken down because the friggin' nanny state people at these corporations are so terrified that, oh my gosh, somebody might be confused by this. I got to put that disclaimer, but I don't want to. I'd rather just put it up and people figure out that it's a joke, Mr. Musk did not respond to a request for comment. The owner of the at Mr. Reagan USA account, who appears to be a conservative podcast host named Chris Coles, true, also did not reply to a query. That's not true. I did respond. I just responded apparently a couple of hours too late. In a statement, the Harris campaign said, "The American people want the real freedom, opportunity, and security Vice President Harris is offering, not the fake manipulated lies of Elon Musk and Donald Trump." Two things. One, a presidential campaign responded to something I created and posted on the internet. That's pretty great. My enemies are noticing me, which I love. I love that. But listen, this is so annoying. And I actually tweeted about this. So I wrote, I posted this response that Kamala Harris posted, and I said, that the American people do not want the fake manipulated lies of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And I wrote, whoa, 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 whoa. Those are my fake manipulated lies. Something like that. I don't know. And what was funny about that tweet was that it got like way more traction than I thought it would. And I'm like, why does it? I thought maybe, like Sebastian Gorka retweeted it. And then I scrolled down and I realized Elon Musk himself responded to that tweet. And he wrote, yeah, exclamation point, which I just love that he went along with the joke. I think that's great. Pro-democracy groups have raised increasingly urgent alarms about deep fakes. It's not a deep fake. Stop calling it that, you dick. A broad term for digital content that employs artificial intelligence and other technology to create audio, video, or images that spread false information and could influence voter behavior. This could influence voter behavior, but not because I'm spreading false information. See, this is the lie here. This journalist is lying to you. This is why I think he should be fired, right? Because he's spreading false information by saying that I'm spreading false information. First of all, I think that everything in my parody video is true. Secondly, this idea that this could influence voter behavior, the spreading false information, what they're trying to suggest here is that I'm trying to convince people, or I have some kind of an intention for people to be tricked into believing that that actually was Kamala Harris's voice. That was never my intention. Nobody thinks it was my intention. That was not Elon Musk's intention. Any suggestion that he believes or that anyone believes that that was our intention, they are lying to you. He is lying to you, okay? And the idea that this could influence voter behavior, that's what they're worried about. That's what they're really worried about, because this is a powerful video, because I'm telling the truth in this video. The stuff that Kamala Harris says in the video is true. She is a diversity hire. I think 100% that she is a total puppet. Joe Biden was incompetent. She is incompetent. She failed on the border. This is why so many people have responded about this video. This is not parody. This is all true. In January, ahead of the New Hampshire Democrat primary, a robocall using AI technology to mimic Mr. Biden's voice instructed voters not to participate in the election. The political consultant who orchestrated the calls was later indicted on state charges of impersonating a candidate and voter suppression. Yeah, why are you talking about that even? Why are you linking my video to that obviously intentional deception, right? These are two very different things. During this year's Republican primary, deepfake videos depicting former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton endorsing Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida or announcing his early withdrawal from the race were rampant. Oh my gosh, they were rampant, guys. In March, the Global Network of Extremism and Technology, an academic research initiative, said the technology was already having a corrosive effect on the democratic process. No, my video does not have a corrosive effect on the democratic process. It has a liberating effect on the democratic process. You know why? Because constantly we see these late night talk show hosts punching at conservatives. They are making jokes at the expense of Donald Trump, at the expense of conservatives. And you know what? I've had enough of that crap. I've been saying forever, we need to fight the left with their own tactics. We need to fight the left using comedy. Nobody really does this. JP Sears, there's a few guys who are really good at it. There's a few new stand-ups that are actually pretty good, stand-up comedians. But a video like this, the reason this is good is because it's funny and it tells the truth, and people love that. That's a deadly combination. And the left is panicking because they are not used to being attacked with comedy in this way. And I've been telling everybody forever, this is the way to do it. I guess I've finally been able to illustrate my point. And the Brennan Center for Justice said the most significant new threat to elections was the impact of generative AI on the information ecosystem. But again, my video does not fit into this category. All right, this is a parody video, clearly parody. The Federal Election Campaign Act prohibits fraudulent misrepresentation of federal candidates or political parties, but the law written in 1971 is ambiguous when it comes to modern technologies such as artificial intelligence. Really? Because I'm thinking that it's ambiguous when it comes to making a joke. Again, this guy is a dick. Last August, the Federal Election Commission approved a rulemaking petition from the watchdog group Public Citizen, calling for the law to be amended to clarify that it applies to deliberately deceptive artificial intelligence campaign advertisements. Again, my video was not deliberately deceptive, and nobody thinks that. That amendment was supported by the Democrat National Committee, as well as 52 Democrat members of Congress, but it was opposed by the Republican National Committee. Well done, Republicans. Which said that it was not a proper vehicle for addressing this complex issue. I agree. And they argued that it would violate the First Amendment. Thank you, gentlemen. Fantastic. The commission, which is evenly divided between Democrats and Republicans, is often split on matters of policy and has not yet voted on the proposal. Social media platforms, for their part, are more decided. Meta, the company that owns Facebook and Instagram, requires that manipulated media be labeled as such and that context be appended to the post. In March, Google, which owns YouTube, announced a policy requiring users posting videos to disclose when content a viewer could easily mistake for a real person, place, scene, or event is made with altered or synthetic media, including generative AI. And yes, there is a little switch that you have to flip when you upload these videos, and I flipped the switch. Honestly, because I'm not trying to deceive anyone. X's current policy was instituted in April 2023, well after Mr. Musk took over. It defines misleading media as content that is significantly and deceptively altered, manipulated, or fabricated, and that is likely to result in widespread confusion on public issues. Such content, the policy states, must either be labeled or removed. But this does not apply to my video because it is not likely to result in widespread confusion on public issues. In the past, Mr. Musk has said that X's community notes feature should be used to alert the public to possible misleading information. On Friday night, community notes users, a select group that proposes and votes on such notices, debated whether to add one to Mr. Musk's post. This is an AI-generated video of President Kamala Harris using audio clips that were never actually stated by the VP, read one suggested community note. Videos like this are dangerous to those who cannot decipher AI-generated content from reality, aka morons. At least 7 notes were proposed, but none had been added by Saturday evening to Mr. Musk's post or the original post, and neither post has been removed from the site, though there have been numerous posts on X by third parties questioning his amplification of a deepfake video. It is not a deepfake, you dick. Mr. Musk, who frequently replies directly to critics on the site, has so far remained silent on the issue. With 191 million followers, Mr. Musk is the most influential voice on the platform and arguably on all of social media, and he is able to make almost any content go viral simply by reposting it. That's not true. All content that Elon Musk posts has the potential to go viral, but it has to strike a nerve. It has to be something that resonates with the public in some way. And my video, I will say, clearly did that. 2 weeks ago, he endorsed Mr. Trump in a post on X shortly after the presumptive Republican nominee was shot in the ear in an assassination attempt during a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. That post has been viewed 218 million times. Because you know what? That's awesome. He should be endorsing Donald Trump. In a post on Saturday afternoon, Mr. Musk used his account to boost a post by an anonymous user that said, "Wokeness is a threat to civilization." Within 6 minutes, it had already been viewed 481,000 times. Yeah, Mr. Musk is a very powerful man. He's very famous, and a lot of people listen to him. And you know what? They probably should, because he's really, really smart. Now, go buy all of my fight merch at my Teespring store. I've got these images in both black and white and in color. I mean, this image is going to go down as one of the great iconic images in U.S. history. And you know what? I just love it. All right, that's it for me. Remember, it's not that liberal friends are ignorant. It's just they know so much that is not so. Good night.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.